أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. My elders, Sheikh Mahmood Laka, my brothers and my sisters in Islam, Salam Alaikum. In my last lecture, last week, I had tried to define the word Silat Ar-Rahim. It is very important to know what is the definition of these two words before I start today to say on the benefits of Silat Ar-Rahim and the curse in the Quran about Kafirah. Silat Ar-Rahim, Silat means to join, to mend, to bring together. That is Silat. Rahim here does not mean mercy, but actually ulama have given the translation as the womb. That is the doing good to the blood relation. That is Silat Ar-Rahim. There are various ayats in the Quran about Silat Ar-Rahim and Kafirah. I will read one ayat. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. This is Surah Rajab, ayat number 21. Part of it says, وَالَّذِينَ يَسْلِمُونَ مَا أَمَرَ اللَّهُ بِهِ أَنْ يُوصَلَ. Those who join together, that is, do Silat Ar-Rahim, those things which Allah has commanded to be joined. Silat Ar-Rahim is very important in our life because anything short of Silat Ar-Rahim becomes Kafirah. Urwa ibn Yazid asked Sadiq Ali Muhammad salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. He particularly asked the meaning of this ayah. The Imam replied, you have been commanded to do Silat Ar-Rahim towards all your relatives, whether they are mahram or na-mahram, whether they are close relatives or far relatives, whether they are immediate relatives or separated by several generations. Silat Ar-Rahim is not done with relatives who are close, but all relatives who are even far relatives. And then it is not chosen to do Silat Ar-Rahim on the rich relatives and you leave the poor relatives. That has not been recommended at all. What has been commanded is to do Silat Ar-Rahim with all relatives. And there are different types of Silat Ar-Rahim that I said last time. Removing a banana skin from the roadside is also Silat Ar-Rahim. Removing a stone, shaking hands, doing musafia, doing salam, praying for somebody, these are all Silat Ar-Rahim. But the actual Silat Ar-Rahim the Quran is describing is doing good to the relatives. Different grades of Silat Ar-Rahim. The highest stage of Silat Ar-Rahim is to consider the relatives as ourselves. That is, we should wish for our relation whatever we wish for ourselves. That is the highest. The next stage of Silat Ar-Rahim is to help relatives overcome the difficulties and hardships that they may be facing. It can also be in the form of sound advice, spiritual guidance, and religious teaching. And the simplest kind of Silat Ar-Rahim consists of salutations. A lesser kind is conveying a salam through someone. And the smallest kind of Silat Ar-Rahim is to pray for the relatives in their presence and to encourage them. Every kind of Silat Ar-Rahim, the failure of which is viewed as a source of Qadr. Imam Muhammad Baqir, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, describes Silat Ar-Rahim that it purifies deeds. Purification of deeds means that the shortcomings in all the good deeds of a person practicing Silat Ar-Rahim are naturally compensated and all his good deeds are accepted by Allah. It increases his wealth, words of difficulties and calamities. The accounting of your actions on the day of judgment is made easy, even the time of death is postponed. Imam Jaffery salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi came to a person and said, do you know that how many times death came near you and went far away? He said, yes, Rasulullah, I did not understand this. He said, how many times death came near you? It was written, you are about to go, but it was postponed. You know what's the reason? Imam reminded him that on a certain day, you did Silat Ar-Rahim with your relative. Allah postponed your day. We usually, on the 15th of Shaban, recite a Surah Yasin, especially for long life. And if you have missed on the 15th of Shaban, then it is Laylatul Qadr, whereby you pray to Allah to prolong your life, because everything is written on that day, on that night. And then if you have missed that also, look, Allah, how merciful He is. It's on the day of Arafah that you can still have that chance to pray and to go through. But here, doing Silat Ar-Rahim, automatically Allah increases your life. There is no need. It is a very precious night. I agree, it is Shabbir Nassir. It is Laylatul Qadr. It is the day of Arafah. Praying on those days and on those nights is very good. But here, look, Allah is increasing your life when you are doing Silat Ar-Rahim. Silat Ar-Rahim means with your relatives, however bad they may be, however abusive they may be, according to the riwayat, however they may be, you keep on doing Silat Ar-Rahim. As last time I said that a person came to the Prophet and said, I'm tired of a relative who keeps on abusing me and doing bad, and I keep on doing Silat Ar-Rahim, but he wants to do Fajr. And the Prophet told him, so what is your intentions? Even the Imam, the hadith of the Imam also. So what are your intentions now? You want to do Fajr? You want to become like him? Do you know what's going to happen? Allah's mercy will come out of you too. At the moment already Allah's mercy is not on him. So remain with Allah's mercy. This mercy is very important. I had explained that everything that we do is mercy of Allah. Everything that we do is mercy of Allah. And do you know how Allah punishes? You think that He sent an angel to punish you? It's kun fayakun. Immediately He holds His mercy and you are nowhere. All problems come upon you. Each and every problem from there, sickness, this, because Allah's mercy is not on you. We are living with Allah's mercy. If the mercy is not there, we are nowhere. The reward of Silat Ar-Rahim has been described by the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When a person goes to his relative to do Silat. Allah writes for him for every step that he takes. I know these days we go in the car, but Allah has He knows how many steps are there. For every step that he takes, He writes him the sawab of a martyr, of a shaheed. For every step, Allah bestows upon him the reward of a martyr. At every step, Allah writes for him 40,000 hasana, wipes, erases 40,000 sins, elevates him 40,000 graves, and writes him sawab of worshipping Allah in the true way for 100 years. This is the reward for Silat. My brothers and my sisters, that's what's left behind to Silat. We should go forward, even if it is the mistake of the opposite party. For one moment, you should have in your heart that you are going to please your Lord. If you keep that in your heart, that you want to please your Lord, the Lord, He knows how to make it known that it was not your mistake. He knows. So you don't have to worry. You just go and say, I am sorry. And don't say, Maru wan hatu nahi ama. Mu sha mate jau. Ene aun jo enu wan. That is very good. When the command is that even if he is bad or he is doing something bad to you, you keep on doing Silat Ar-Rahim and pray for him. Allah will give him tawfiq to come out of that. In another place, the Prophet says the reward for sadaqah in the way of Allah is 10 times, whereas the reward of giving a loan is 12 times, because by giving the loan, the dignity of the loan is maintained. The reward for good behavior to the believing brothers is 12 times. And listen to this, and the reward for Silat Ar-Rahim is 24 times. Allah has ordered 3 things along with the other 3 is glorious. Allah has ordered 3 things along with 3 others in the glorious Quran. You know, the ayat of Salah and Salah, it goes together. Aqimu salata wa atu zakat. Salah is ordered along with zakat. If one offers Salah but does not pay zakat when it is due upon him, then his Salah is not accepted. I'm not saying that it is batil, but it is not accepted. It is as if you fast and you don't pray. The first through prayers, you don't do it, but you do fast. I'm not saying fast is batil, but it's not accepted. Allah has ordered thankfulness to Himself along with the thankfulness to one's parents. If one is not grateful to parents, it is as if he has not been grateful to Allah. And you know the ayah in the Quran where Allah said, I created you for my worship. And immediately he said, وَبِالْ وَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Ulamas were asked about this, and they said that it is so important that Allah has kept that after worshipping me, it is wajib on you to worship to obey your parents. Allah has ordered piety along with kindness to one's kith and kin. Then one who is not kind towards the relative is not pious. The Prophet said, do you want me to tell you about the qualities which shall benefit you in this world as the hereafter? The people said, O Prophet of Allah, please do so. And the Prophet said, Silat Ar-Rahim with one who does Fajr. That is number 1. benefit in this world and the hereafter. Then he said, number 2, fulfill the needs of one who deprives you. Fulfill the needs of one who deprives you. And forgive those who have oppressed you. And I remember one line of Hadith al-Qudsi. These are Allah's words, finally. Hadith al-Qudsi is from Allah directly. And it says, O Ibn Adam, have you done good to a person who has done bad to you? What is Allah trying to convey? Have you done good to a person who has done bad to you? That means, in other words, it comes when I read this from the Prophet, it says, have you done Silat Ar-Rahim with one who has done Fajr? See the Hadith and the Hadith al-Qudsi, it matches, so this is 100%. In my recent trip to the US, I had the opportunity, and I'm saying this is not that I'm trying to boast, but I'm saying this, I'm relating to you this, so that it might inspire one of you here to do more Silat Ar-Rahim. I had the opportunity to do Silat Ar-Rahim with a far relative, and I always wanted to do Silat Ar-Rahim, but it was not accepted. I don't want to say whether it was Fajr or whatever, but it was not accepted that I should go and do Silat Ar-Rahim. But this time when I went, I made up my mind and I said, I, by any means, will do something to get to them and to go. Petty school was not very big, petty school was small, but then the entity was big. So finally, I got the chance to go to do this Silat Ar-Rahim, and I had to do it very carefully. I did not get time to prepare what I'm going to say there, but I just went and I said, Ya Allah, you know my niyyah is clean. I want to do Silat Ar-Rahim. And Allah, when you pray to you like that, He definitely does. There is no doubt about it. So I went there and I sat there. I said some good words, apologized, and I said, you don't need to apologize. It is me who has to apologize. I purposely put it that way so that they will not get heavy, to say sorry. But I said, it is not yours, it is mine. I have to say sorry. And finally, we came out from there. I was so delighted that when we came out from there, my son told me, Papa, did you prepare this speech? I said, when did I prepare this speech? I just went, you gave me a very short notice, let's go. He said, Papa, you are talking as if you had prepared the speech. And then, Papa, do you know that you apologized 4 times? You did not apologize once. I said, really? I myself, he said, you apologized 4 times. Then I got this in mind. I said, nikah is one line, but we repeat it so that people witness it. I said, you are saying that I apologized 4 times. I apologized 4 times so that Malaika could witness that I had done Silat. So this one opportunity I got, maybe it will inspire one of you to do Silat and keep this hatred and enmity behind you so that we go forward and your life increases with that. Definitely when Allah says something, He does. Now we go to Fajr. Imam Jaffery Sadiq, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, says, beware of those of relations who cut the relations, because I have found them cursed thrice in the Holy Quran. Imam Jaffer Sadiq says that he has found 3 ayats in the Quran which curses the person who does qatr. The Quran has also decreed hellfire and the curse of Allah upon those who cut off ties with their relatives. And the first ayat 2:27. Allah says, "Alladina yanquduna ahda Allahi min ba'di mithaqihi wa yaqta'una ma amara Allah bihi an yusala wa yufsiduna fil ard ulaika humul khasirun." Whoever breaks the covenant of Allah after its confirmation and cut asunder what Allah has ordered to be joined and make mischief in the land, that are the losers. Now ulama says, whenever qasir is mentioned, it denotes the one who is to be endorsed, or rather the one who is cursed. Surah Rajab 13:25. And those who break the covenant of Allah after its confirmation and cut asunder which Allah has ordered to be joined and make mischief in the land, as for those upon them shall be curse, and they shall have the evil of evil. And the third ayah, 47, 22 and 23, but if you held command, you were sure to make mischief in the land and cut off the ties of kinship. Those it is whom Allah has cursed, so He made them deaf and blinded their eyes. These are the three ayahs in the Quran. Then Imam says, protect yourself from halika, for it destroys the people. The narrator asked, what is halika? The Imam replied, to severe relation. A man approached the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam and asked, what is the worst deed in the eyes of Allah? And the Prophet immediately said, to attribute partners to Allah. That is the worst. The man asked after this, which is the worst sin? The worst sin, the Prophet said, is severe relation with the Prophet. And after this, which is the worst sin? To enjoin evil and forbid the good. Imam Ali, karramallahu wajha, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, says in one of his sermons, I seek refuge from sins which cause the hastening of death. I seek refuge from sins which cause the hastening of death. Someone asked Allah, is there any sin by which death is hastened? He replied, yes, breaking the family ties. Families who live in cooperation have their sustenance increased and their life increased. Whereas those who are divided, Allah removes the bounties from their sustenance and lifespan short. Companion of Imam Jaffery salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, complained about the ill treatment given to him by his relatives. His relatives had taken his house and left him with a room only. And this man said that if I go to the authorities, I will be able to get my house. Imam told him, wait. Just hold it. Have faith. And after some time, there was the sickness of plague. And it wiped off the whole family. Then suddenly this man came to the Imam one day, and the Imam asked him, what happened to your relatives? He said, they all died because of the plague. He said, do you know why they died? It was because they didn't come down. Now this is Imam. The last one, Jabir al-Ansari has related from Imam Baqir salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. that Jibreel has informed me that even at a distance of 1,000 years, men will be able to smell the fragrance of heaven. But one who disobeys his parents, one who breaks the ties with kin, and an aged adulterer will not be able to smell the fragrance of heaven, even if it is how many years? Men will be able to smell those who are okay, will be able to smell even in some devices 2,000 years long. But this tree will not be able to smell the fragrance of heaven. I think so I have given my message. I have tried to do my best. And I really feel that from today onwards, those who are doing this figure, I'm not saying that you are not doing, might be doing, but do more figure around. Keep a time in a week. Pick the phone and surprise your relative. Hello, Assalamu alaikum, how are you? Fine. I thought of calling you today. I thought of calling you. And you might get a reply, आटला दिवस तमे खोवाई गया था, भूली गया. Don't worry about that, don't worry, don't take it ill. They said, भाग्य तेरे सवाल. I'm not trying, again I'm saying I'm not trying to boast, but maybe what I'm doing, maybe it might inspire somebody. So that is why I'm saying that I have kept some time to call relatives, sometimes this relative, sometimes this relative. When I'm sitting in the office and I feel I have not called and I've got little time, I pick the phone and call. So that is the best habit that you can do. And don't worry that if they have done bad to you, if they have done anything wrong to you, forgive them. Forgive them, Allah will forgive you. We seek forgiveness from Allah. Allah is going to ask you, have you the courtesy to forgive my absence? And now you want forgiveness from him. You did not have that courtesy also. So let's forgive each other and do Silat Ar-Rahim and stop doing Fajr. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إلهي بحق محمد وأنت المحمود، وبحق علي وأنت الأعلى، وبحق فاطمة وأنت فاطر السماوات والأرض، وبحق الحسن وأنت المحسن، وبحق الحسين وأنت فتيح الإحسان. إلهي بأخص صفاتك وبعز جلالك وبأعظم أسمائك وبقسمة أنبيائك وبنور أوليائك وبدم شهدائك وبمناجاة فقرائك وبدعاء صلحائك نسألك زيادة في العلم وصحة في الجسم وبركة في الرزق وطولا في العمر وتوبة قبل الموت وراحة عند الموت ومغفرة بعد الموت ونجاة من النار ودخولا في الجنة وعافية